Hello and welcome to a Homespun House. My name is Molly and I am the dyer behind Homespun House Yarns. I hope that you all have had a really wonderful past couple of days and that you're having a fantastic summer. Today we're having a very, very hot day. Here in Germany it's supposed to be 32 degrees Celsius and we don't have any air conditioning, but I've gotten really good at keeping the house cool that first warm, hot day. And we've decided to go and spend some time at the Kino or a movie theater and keep cool because there is a little bit of air conditioning in there. So we thought it's kind of the perfect thing to do today. So after I finish recording, we're going to have a little bit of lunch. I'm going to make some tacos. And yeah, then we're going to go into the Kino and see a movie and spend a bit of time outside afterwards. So I'm really looking forward to that. I know the girls are looking forward to that. Ruby, my daughter, my youngest daughter, she's 2 years old. We went and saw our first movie together. She's been to the theater once and oh my goodness, we watched Minions. And I don't know what it's called in English. Ich einfach verbesserlich 3. So I think it's Despicable Me 3. And oh my goodness, she was so excited. We don't give the girls sugar really at all. I mean, of course they get it in their flour and you know, things like that. And every now and again. But it's very, very rare. And here in Germany, it's pretty common that at the movie theaters, you can choose between a kettle corn or a salted butter corn, but kettle corn is a lot more popular, and at least from my own experience. And so the girls each had a little bag of kettle corn, and they were crazy after that sugar. Like, Ruby was just bouncing around, so excited in the theater watching this movie. So we're really excited. I think it will be a really fun experience. So sorry to go on a total tangent in the beginning. I know this is a knitting podcast, but yeah, I just wanted to share what we're up to so you guys kind of have an idea of what my day ahead looks like so far. So I have not quite a few, that's an exaggeration. I have 2 finished objects to show you this week. The first being this pair of Regia socks. I still can't remember which design line this is from, but I was working on these last video log that I put up, and I love them. I actually have the ends woven in, which is so unlike myself, and I don't know, I feel like I've been really, really good about weaving ends in. I've really enjoyed knitting these. I haven't cast on another pair of Regia sock yarn. I do have one more skein of that. I think I showed it to you in the last video log, so I won't bore you with showing you that again. But it's the exact same thing where the foot is just a plain color and there are these stripes up the leg. And this is the Perfect line. I didn't mention that, but they are so much fun. I love Regia sock yarn, and I'm kind of have lost my sock knitting groove quite a bit lately. So that being said, I am working on another pair of socks to keep the sock talk going a little bit. And these aren't necessarily for anyone in particular at the moment. I just have them in my box of gifts, and they could go to me at some point and they could go to somebody else. I could definitely see my sister liking these socks. These colors, they really suit her, but they also really, really suit me. So we shall see. I recently made a purchase from Luli's shop on Etsy. She makes beautiful, beautiful things. I really like everything that she makes. But, yeah, so here's the bag. I have a needle cozy, or a DPN holder, I believe. It's either a circular needle holder or a DPN holder. or both. I know I have both, but I can't remember which fabric is on the two of them. I'm pretty sure I have, both of them have this same fabric, but I adore this fabric with these beautiful pine trees and the little log cabin. And I really, really like the size. I am someone who used to really love zippered bags, and I do like them quite a bit, but I think drawstring are my favorite at the moment. I really don't have many projects on the needles right now, which is kind of how it has been for me lately. But I do have 4 projects currently in knitting bags, and 3 of those are drawstring bags, and the other one is a zippered bag. So what I am knitting right now, like I said, is another pair of socks, and this is the Cozy Knitter yarn, and this is, let's see what colorway this is. Oh, I'm not even sure. It's her Gingerbread House self-striping sock colorway. I would really compare this yarn to Felici. I've never felt a hand-dyed base that felt like this before. It's a little bit more rustic, but it's not rustic at all. It's very, very soft. It's a superwash. I think it is an 80/20. But I want to start my Christmas socks early. Meg from Bad Wolf Girl Sits and Knits has a Christmas in July knit along, which will be finished on Monday because Monday is the last day of July, so tomorrow. And I kind of wanted to join in and knit something with her and with that knit along. Now, I haven't really been doing that publicly on Instagram or obviously through a podcast, but I wanted to show them now. If you guys haven't seen Bad Wolf Girl Sits and Knits, you definitely have to go and watch it. Meg is so wonderful, lovely. She's such a pleasure to watch. She has such a wonderful character. I really, really enjoy watching her, and I love how excited she is about all of her fandoms and about everything she knits. She is totally on a So Faded kick right now. And speaking of, my yarn for my So Faded from Junk Yarn should be here soon, so hopefully next time you see me, I will have cast that on, but that will mean that I have another pullover finished, which I'll talk about in just a bit. But so I'm knitting these socks out of the Cozy Knitter yarn, which I'm really enjoying. Like I said, it's the first time I've ever knit out of it. During Christmas time of 2016, Instagram was having a really fun thing where it was Get Your Yarn Wishes Granted, I think. And I really wanted a skein of Cozy Knitter yarn. And I don't even know if I told her what yarn I wanted, but this was definitely the Cozy Knitter yarn of my dreams. But I think it was just happened totally random that she sent this to me. So I got my dream skein of Cozy Knitter yarn, and these will definitely be for me. I have I have 2 pairs of Christmas socks actually. I have a pair of Regia Christmas socks, which is not even a Christmas sock yarn. They're red and green, but they're kind of more watermelon-y colors. And then I have a pair of a Homespun House, Home for the Holidays, Christmas socks, which I knit 2 years ago, I believe, when I was in America. And so now I want a pair of self-striping Cozy Knitter Christmas socks. I just think this colorway is so fabulous. It came with an undyed skein of, a mini skein of yarn for heels, cuffs, and toes if you want to do that. But I was out at Knit Group when I started to knit on this, and I did not feel like winding that up into a ball, so I just decided to do the whole sock. I might do the toe, who knows, in the 20 gram mini. We'll have to wait and see what I decide on that, but I think I'll probably go ahead and just knit the whole sock in the self-striping sock yarn. I love it. I think it's very Christmassy, and it definitely screams Christmas, so I'm very, very, very excited to have these on the needles. But like I said, that being said, my sock knitting mojo, it's not like the most exciting thing for me to want to be knitting lately. I'm not just wanting to pick up my socks. And I don't know why, because I usually like very mindless knitting. That being said, I have picked up my Ziri pullover again. And I'm so happy that I did this. I don't even know what came over me. I just was sitting one evening while Robert was doing some computer stuff, and I just thought, I need to get this pullover finished. You know, I'm getting this yarn from Kemper of Junk Yarn for the So Faded pullover, and I have decided that I really, really, really want to knit a penguono. I am quite sure that this will be cast on as soon as I finish my Ziri pullover. So my Ziri pullover is in this amazing bag, and yeah, so I was just sitting one evening while Robert was on the computer, and I thought, like I said, I want to cast on all of these pullovers, and I don't want to cast any new pullover on until I have this one finished, because I really love this pullover and I want to be able to wear it. It fits really nicely, and I just don't want to have too many pullovers on at one time, to be honest. I think if I have the penguono and the So Faded sweater, that will be kind of crazy for me to have two pullovers on at one time, but I don't think it will be overwhelming, and if I feel overwhelmed by it, I won't cast them on at the same time. So this is my Ziri pullover. As I've said many times, it's originally a cardigan. I've changed the pattern to be a pullover. So this is out of a Homespun House's Soft Sock DK. That's a 75 superwash merino, 25 nylon yarn. And I am now knitting the second arm, which I'm very excited about. So it took me, I think, 3 evenings. I didn't sit for hours each evening, obviously, because this is all that I have gotten done from this point on, where my finger is all the way up. And I finished the textured section, so now I'm just working the decreases as long as I have to, and then it will just be quite a bit of knitting. I cannot remember how long you need to be doing the decreases, but as I can see, it's basically to the end. Like, you're doing it all the way to the end of the sleeve. So that's okay. It's still stockinette and just tiny decreases, so I'm really looking forward to that. It's something that I definitely know I will have to be paying attention to with decreasing. And that's where I generally will put a progress keeper right in there. When I do a decrease, I'll put the progress keeper there, wait until I knit the specific amount of stitches until the next decrease. So it's very, very easy to see it and realize, oh my goodness, it looks like I have knit way too much. You really have that good visual reminder. And I have some amazing new progress keepers that I want to share with you guys. So, Simply Serving HK, which is Simply Serving Handcrafts, is a maker from America, and she makes polymer clay progress keepers, and I am so in love with them. I have, been following and looking at a lot of polymer clay artists, and while it's very, very easy, I feel, to photograph a charm and make it look amazing, the true test really comes down to when it's arrived at your house and is there in your hands and you can look at it. And I feel like with Simply Serving, it is exactly, if not better, which is the best thing ever, than the photographs. So I have quite a few. I'm just going to show you some of my favorite. And we have a mandrake star, a mandrake pot, Hedwig, I'm going to call it. My favorite kind of ice cream is cookie dough. I absolutely adore it. It's mine and Robert's favorite. And so she sent me a cookie dough ice cream cone. We did a swap for these. And she made me a narwhal with beautiful succulents. A rock friend with these beautiful stones on top. I have a Gryffindor cupcake with a sorting hat. I absolutely love her charms. Like, as soon as I arrived them, I was so overwhelmed with how amazing they are. They're definitely, I think, my favorite charms that I have. I think that Lindsay is her name. She just makes amazing, amazing, amazing polymer clay charms. And I do have a giveaway with her, so stick forward to that. Or look forward to that for the end of the podcast. I'll be showing that. I can talk about it now, I guess. Why not? So I have a giveaway for a skein of yarn from Hello Wolle. And this is the scuba diving colorway. And then I have this super sweet, you could call it a blueberry bagel or a blueberry donut charm. I just love the little kawaii faces that she posts on there. And this is 75-25 superwash wool and nylon. So amazing for a pair of socks. And then I have this project bag. It's a really pretty floral, large print, large canvas bag from Boswick. So I'm not going to open that. I'll probably slip the yarn inside. And let's do the giveaway through the video. So leave me a comment of your favorite thing to do on a warm day, like today. All right, so kind of on the note of pullovers, let's talk about the girls' pullover that I've recently finished, which is really exciting because when knitting a pullover without a pattern, now I'm no pullover pattern designer, so when knitting a pullover without a pattern, it's always a little bit hard to know about fit. So I was really gambling with this pullover, but I'm over the moon in love with it. So this is a Homespun House's Yesterday's Laundry color. And this is a pullover that I made. I knit it for Elodie and Ruby with both of them in mind. And I wanted it to be something that they could both wear. And the reason for that is because Elodie is not the hugest, she's always very warm. And she doesn't like wearing thick things on top. Now she'll wear a cotton zip up, but if it's something woolly and warm, she's generally not very into it. Now, maybe as the weather gets really, really cold, she won't have a problem, but generally with pullovers, she is very, very picky. Ruby isn't so much yet. I don't know. Cold weather hasn't come around yet, and as Ruby is 2 years old, she's getting a little bit older, and she's not picky about what she wears at all. She definitely likes to pick out her clothes, and she's very particular about what she wants to dress up in because the girls have a pretty substantial bin of dress-up clothes. But I don't know how she'll be with this, and I think she'll be fine, and I think and hope Elodie will be fine. Both of the girls really love wool socks and leg warmers, and they love their shawls that I've knit them. Maybe I'll show you guys that next time, especially as fall is rolling around. It is. I can't wait. I'm very excited about it. Maybe it will be fun to show you guys some of those shawls that are really good for young children. And I think it's those one skein shawls. Some of them are shawls that I've knit for myself that are, you know, 400 meter, 425 yard skein shawls. And then after I'm finished, I'm like, why did I even make this? This is so teeny. Yeah, that sort of a shawl is definitely not for me. I love huge, massive shawls. However, those shawls have all turned into, if they weren't specifically made, shawls for both of my girls. And like I said, they love them. And yeah, so this is the pullover, and it fits Elodie nicely. It maybe has an inch and a half of positive ease. And I haven't tried it on Ruby, but I think it will be tunic-like. And I think if I roll up the sleeves a bit, it will fit her. Like I said, Ruby's only 2 years old, but she is about the size of a three-year-old, I would say. She's very, very tall. Yeah, and Elodie has very long legs, and she has a shorter torso. So yeah, I'm so happy with this. If I notice that they're wearing this and I notice that they're really liking wearing it, I think I'm going to go crazy knitting pullovers for the girls because it was just so much fun. This used probably 140 grams, so a little, almost 1.5 skeins of yarn. And like I said, this is not a pattern. I completely, you know, chose the numbers by myself. I definitely would change things next time. I've had a few people messaging me, asking me for the pattern. Oh my goodness, I could not write it up. I kind of made it up as I went along. However, I know Tin Can Knits has the flax pullover that has garter ridges down the side. It has different increases and decreases for the shoulder. It has totally different stitch numbers. So I would say if you want a free pullover that's very simple, you definitely can go off of that. You can take the garter stitches off of the shoulders if you don't like that. But there are so many paid for patterns as well that would make beautiful, simple pullovers. And I feel like once you find a pullover pattern that you love, especially if you're one who really likes to knit simple pullovers, which I feel like is myself, which kind of doesn't sound like it because here I'm saying I want to knit a panguono. However, the So Faded is a super plain pattern, and it's just mostly the directions for the how to, you know, do the yarns throughout each other so that they blend nicely. That I purchased it for. I think it's something you could figure out on your own, but I wanted to support Andrea Mowry anyway and purchase that pattern because it's her birthday. She must be turning 34, and she has a 34% off coupon in her Ravelry shop for the entire weekend. So today's probably the last day, I think. I'm not sure. Stephen West as well has buy 2 for 1, I believe, until Monday as well. So that's, I bought the panguono and the parachute. So I dream of making a parachute like, oh, I don't know what her name is. She owns Kindred Red. She's a yarn dyer, and she made this beautiful cropped parachute, and then she had all of this fringe coming down. I don't think I would do the fringe. I think I would just do the parachute, or I think I would just do a cropped version, but it is beautiful. Really, really beautiful. I think she did it in one color as well. All right, So I have been working on my granny stripe blanket. I'm not going to show that to you. I think I left the progress keeper on from when I showed it the last time, which I don't even think was in the last video log, but it's not that much. I think I've probably knit or crocheted 6-8 rows or something like that. So the next thing that I have been working on a bit is this shawl. I wanted to knit another Alpine shawl, and I thought, you know what, this would be the perfect thing to knit for Robert, because I think it's a really versatile pattern that can be used for both men and women. And so I have some Homespun house yarn in yesterday's laundry, and this was just a one-of-a-kind, very, very beautiful tonal skein. I'm sure it won't show up on the screen. Yarn. And I started knitting it for him. So these are colors that he likes. He has no idea what I'm knitting, but he's been telling me over and over that he wants a shawl that he can wear. Not a crescent-shaped one like his exploration station, which he loves and wears a lot, but he wants something more triangular, kind of more of that bandana style. So I thought, you know what, I will knit him this. Like I said, he doesn't even know what I'm knitting with it. He chose the 2 colors, but the more I knit it, I just kind of feel like, is this something he is even going to wear? Like, I feel like it's just so light and pastel-y almost. It's not pastel-y, that's definitely an exaggeration, but I really don't know. I really don't know if this is something he would wear. I have some other colors that I personally would have chosen definitely over these. And I gave him the choice of these colors, but it would be terrible to rip it out and choose those colors. However, I feel like he would like it more. One is my Night Owl colorway. Collins. It used to be called Night Owl, but now it's called Collins. I have so much of this in the shop. I have sweater quantities on everything, but one is my Night Owl, and then one is a really, really deep, beautiful, very tonal green. Anyway, I don't know what to do about this. I'm thinking I will either rip it or continue, but that needs to be figured out before the next podcast, because I don't want to have projects in my bags that I am not going to be working on. So this has been in here for quite a while. I would say 2 months, and it hasn't been worked on at all, at least, if that. So that's what I need to think about. This is another Luli bag. That's mostly what I've been working on. That's mostly it. I have a little mini crochet blanket. I don't know if I have shown that to you. I'm just going to show it quick in case I have. I have barely worked on this, but this is a little doll blanket. I've shown it to you, I feel like. And I think I'm just going to make it into a pillow form. A top, this will be the front, and then I'll probably do some fabric for the back. But yeah. So that's mostly what I've been working on. I have so much beautiful yarn in the shop. I've really, really upped my production. I have so many more pans and so many more burners. I can dye so much yarn at one time. Now, I usually do a huge round of just one colorway. I don't do more than one. Otherwise, Sue mentioned this in her last podcast from Legacy Knits. It can just be too overwhelming, and you can really kind of ruin the colorways. So I do one colorway at a time, and then I dye obviously a lot of that colorway when I'm doing it. So there are lots and lots of sweater quantities in each color. However, they're always dyed on different bases. So some of these colorways that I'm going to show you today are, well, all of them are not only available on these bases, they're available on most all of the bases that we have in the shop. So I have Sugared Sweeties. This is Silky Merino, and I'm not even going to say what bases, because as I mentioned, they're mostly on all of the bases. I haven't dyed this one in quite a long time, so this was a really fun one to bring back. This is After All This Time, and this skein always comes with a fawn and always Progress Keeper. So that's a really, really special one for those of you Harry Potter lovers. I have Love Story. You guys loved that one last episode, so I dyed up some more, and this is Collins. Oop, I accidentally brought another After All This Time. Mermaid of the Black Lake. I haven't had that one in the shop for quite a while either. This would be amazing in my Penguono. I'm thinking for the Penguono, I want to put a strand of merino through the entire thing. There is quite a bit of, or mohair. There is quite a bit of mohair in the shop. So if you've been looking to get some hand-dyed merino, mohair, why do I keep saying merino? Pop in the shop and have a look. There's a lot of it dyed on a lot of beautiful colors. This is B-Sides and Rarities. Another one of my favorites. I grabbed another Sugared Sweeties. I don't know what's going on with my mind. Family Secrets. I haven't dyed this since the beginning of the year, and I dyed up a batch of this. I don't know when I will be dyeing this again. Not for a while. So if you want to get it while it's hot. I have some Moth House. Fruit Loops. For those of you who really, really like non-superwash yarns, that's what the pullover for the girls was knit out of. Dale. It's a 100% non-superwash merino. Very soft, very spongy. It's one of my favorite yarns to work with. I could see doing my Penguono in that. I have a lot of beautiful choices in the shop right now to work from. So Fruit Loops. I have Chocolate Fondue. There are a lot more than what I'm showing you. So like I said, if you want to take a look, just go in the shop. Petal. Mint. How amazing are those together? I have Bleached Blue Jeans and another B-Sides and Rarities, but this is to show you how different it looks on different bases. But you guys, I feel like so many of these tonals just look amazing, amazing together. Like, even this, that would make such a pretty subtle shawl. Chocolate Fondue, Fruit Loops, Petal. And, oh, I brought this one in here just because I love it. I think it's so funny. This is a pretty bright neon orange called Spray Tan. And I love that one. I think that's so fun. So all of the merino ones as well are available in sweater quantities. So I have been having so much fun dyeing up yarns for the shop, coming up with new colorways, coming up with new clubs for the shop. I still have spots open for the August Homespun House Sucre Yarn and Charm Club. I'm literally looking at the yarn right here. It is one of my most favorite yarns I have ever dyed, which is such a pity because, as you know, I do not repeat my colorways for Yarn of the Month clubs for any of my clubs, which makes it pretty difficult. But I love it. I really, really, really love it. If you guys want to snag a spot, just go to www.homespunhouse.com and there will be under yarn a place for August Yarn of the Month club, and that comes with the Sucre charm and a skein of a Homespun House sock yarn. Throughout the year, there definitely will be each month a yarn and charm club with Sucre miniatures, and there will be no more Harry Potter club this year. So spots for that are completely closed. There won't be a club for October, November, December. However, October through December, there will be a Gilmore Girls Yarn and Charm Club with a different clay artist, which I spoke a little bit about in last time's video log. I'll talk a little bit more about her and the charms as it gets closer. Those will definitely go up for sale, I would say in August, September, and Christmas, Advent. So many questions about those. Like I already mentioned, a lot of people already have them for sale. I am not listing them for sale until middle to end of August. So it might even be before the beginning of August, because you guys, I'm going to Rhinebeck this year. How exciting is that? I cannot wait. I was watching Sue from the Legacy Knits Periscope, and she was talking about going to Rhinebeck, and she was saying, Molly, you should go, you really need to go. And she twisted my leg, and I bought plane tickets, and I'll be staying with Sue just shortly before we leave for Rhinebeck. I'll be flying in a little bit early, and then I'll be staying in a house with, I feel like it's 10 to 14 people. Like, it is quite a lot of people. But Sue will be there, Chelsea will be there, Andy, of course, and some others. And I'm really, really, really looking forward to it. I can't even fathom how it's going to be. I'm just so excited to meet all of you guys. I can't wait. I can't wait to be there. Let me know if you're going in the comments below, what days you're going to be going, if you're going to be taking any classes. I already hummed and hawed a little bit about whether or whether not I want to take classes, and I decided I think not. Rhinebeck is so short that I don't really want to be in a class. I feel if I want to take some sort of knitting class, I can do it on my own time when I'm here in Berlin, if I feel like it. But yeah, so I'm very, very excited. I will be, it's so crazy. My parents come for 2 weeks in October, and then literally a couple of days after they leave, I'm flying to America. So it will be a very, very busy October. I will not really be working at all, which is probably why I should list the Advent calendars in August, because I will have to have them finished by September. So anyway, those will be going for sale probably sometime next week to the week after, to be honest, just because I will only have 2 months to dye them. They'll have to be shipped out in the beginning of November. So I'm very excited about that. They will definitely have 20-gram mini skeins this time. I won't be doing 10-gram mini skeins, and I will have more goodies in them than I had last time. And I haven't decided if I want to do a 20 or a 100-gram mini skein. I guess I'll probably have an option for that if that's, you know, what somebody wants. So I'm very excited. I feel like the rest of the year is bringing so many wonderful things. I feel like this year in general has been an amazing one. So yeah, I'm really excited to be going to Rhinebeck. I won't be able to go to the Berlin Knits Festival though, because my parents will already be here, and it just won't work out. So I'm looking forward to going to Rhinebeck though. I can't wait. Like I said, I hope the next time you guys see me, my Ziri pullover is finished, and I hope that I have some sort of new pullover on the needles. I'm thinking that that would be the Penguono, because I keep looking at photographs of this and drooling over mostly the pastel ones. I love the one that Amy from the Stranded podcast knit. Oh my goodness. Amy, if you are watching this, which I would be surprised, but if you are watching this, you need to send me on Instagram some DMs of your Penguono so I can see all the colors. I had a look on Ravelry, and Amy just posted one photograph. So that being said, I hope that all of you have a wonderful August ahead, and I will see you soon. Bye.